Lesson 4 is on birch, ironwood, alders, and hazels. The white birch has leaves that are widest below the middle, and they are double-toothed. The most distinguishing characteristic of white birch is the white peeling bark. White birch is also called canoe birch and paper birch. Canoe birch because indigenous peoples used to make canoes from it, and paper birch because some people used it like paper. White birch flowers and fruit are sometimes hard to see. This, down in the right-hand side, are flowers. And here, and a better look over here, is the fruit, which is called catkins. Contained inside here are little winged seeds that flutter to the ground when it matures. The white birch tree often grows in clumps of 2 or more trunks. It can often be identified from a distance. The leaves turn a beautiful yellow in the fall. Yellow birch. Often the yellow birch has 2 leaves on one stalk, as seen here and here. There are always exceptions to this, but usually this is a good way to identify the yellow birch. The fruit of a yellow birch is shorter and fatter than the white birch. Yellow birch trunk is a kind of gold or yellow when the sun hits it, and is very easily identified. Older trunks turn more ridges and less gold. The twigs, when broken, have a slight scent of wintergreen. Speckled alder, also with catkins, as you can see here. This one is in the Rouge National Urban Park. The speckled alder leaves are dull green. They like to live near rivers. The leaf is oval with a wavy margin with small teeth between all the larger teeth. Speckled alder male flower is a catkin. The female flowers are woody and cone-like. You can see both samples here, male and female. Speckled alder fruit is clusters of woody cones, like catkins, which persist through the year. One of the identifying characteristics of a speckled alder is that the veins often form a V depression, like little valleys on the leaf. Speckled alder trunk and branches usually have speckles on them, and this, of course, is how the tree got its name. Speckled alder interesting facts. Pause this if you wish to read the rest of these. Beaked hazel. Beaked hazel gets its name from the shape of the fruit, which can be seen here and here. Often they grow in groups of 2, but sometimes 3 and sometimes 1. The unique shape looks like a bird's beak. Beaked hazel leaves have large teeth with smaller teeth on them. The beaked hazel is in the filbert family of tree nuts. Other birches, which will not be on Treeby, but it's interesting to know, is Alaska birch, European white birch, wire birch, cherry birch, gray birch. They are not commonly found, but sometimes are planted on people's front lawns. They will not be in Treeby. Blue beech. This has a bluish green top. Each fruit is in an axil of a leafy lobed leaf-like bract, which is up here. Blue beech leaves have irregular, sharp-pointed, but soft teeth. The blue beech trunk is often called a mussel tree because of it. The trunk has ridges that feel like the muscle of a weightlifter. Ironwood. Dark yellowish green leaf is very thin and a person can see their hand through it if held up to the light. Ironwood fruit. The seeds are enclosed in their own sac, which appears in a cluster. The trunk of the ironwood is somewhat shaggy. The wood is very hard, thus the name ironwood. Here are some interesting facts, including one that might be on the tree bee competition. Early settlers dreaded seeing this tree in their fields as it was hard to cut and often dulled their saws. Another fact is that it was used, ironically, on axe handles and saw handles because of its strength. Witch hazel. The leaves are elongated, almost circular, with wavy margins. They turn pink-orange in the fall. This picture, the spidery flower and the woody fruit can be seen. This is one of the reasons it's called witch hazel, because the flower looks like a spider. Here you can see another flower, but also the fruit. The fruit pod has small compartments which protect the small dark seeds until the pod breaks open and shoots the seeds out. The seeds can be flung almost a meter away from the tree, which is a great way to distribute these seeds. Interesting facts: the seed distribution is done by shooting the seeds out of the fruit. This concludes the birch, ironwood, alder, and hazels in service portion.